Hey everyone, Kyle once again. Welcome back to the next movie review for Halloween month of October. And next one I'll be reviewing is the 1976 film, which I said I was going to review for Halloween month, which I said, so. But as I was saying, this was the 1976 film of The Town That Dreaded Sundown. And so the film, which, really quick, this is the second copy I got, which I made that small video, for my birthday, right? Because I wanted to order this for my birthday, and the first copy of the Blu-ray I got was the jackass mailman shoves it right in the mailbox, just disregarding what person's package is. Opened it, and the whole case was completely destroyed. I did that in that small video. I showed how badly it was broken up, right? Some people they just don't know the term handle with care, fragile, whatever. So yeah, that mailman was a complete idiot. So yeah, ruined the first copy. So I had to order another one for my birthday. So this is the second copy here. Or at least this is perfectly fine. But as I was saying, The Town That Dreaded Sundown from 1976. It's based on the true story of this killer by the name of the Phantom. Killed some people in Texarkana, Arkansas. And up until back then, this killer was never found again, let alone never identified. It's kind of like in the vein of the Zodiac Killer, because, the Zodiac Killer, he was never caught, never found, and never knew who the person was. And also, the guy has, I thought the actor who plays the Phantom Killer, I thought he did a good job. Of course, the bag, the hoodie bag, over his face, kind of I guess they must have taken some inspiration. This film had to take some inspiration because especially for Friday the 13th Part 2, when Jason first appeared and he's wearing that sack over his face, kind of like this though. So I thought the actor who played the Phantom he did a good job, and the film also stars Ben Johnson, and Andrew Prine, but Ben Johnson, he's been in many movies from before. He was He made He started one of the a young him started one of the John Wayne movies. I forgot which one it was though. That he was starred in. He had a big role in Red Dawn, the original Red Dawn from the 80s. He was in The Swarm, which I think the Killer Bee film is considered one of the worst movies ever made. I'm sorry, I disagree on that. I think that film has been underrated. But Ben Johnson has a supporting role in that. Another Western film called The Wild Bunch, which had Ernest Borgnine in it. The Wild Bunch. And there was also William Holden was in it as well, I think it was. But Ben Johnson, he's been in a lot of movies, and also Andrew Prine is in this, which he would star in Grizzly, because in '76, the next year afterwards, in '77, he starred in Grizzly, which was, I think, is one of the best Jaws knockoffs, one of the best Jaws knockoff movies. I like Grizzly. Andrew Prine, I thought I liked him in that. And also it stars Don Wells, who star from the show Gilligan's Island. And the film was directed by Charles B. Pierce, who before this he directed The Legend of Boggy Creek. Sorry. Eyes a little watery and itchy. Sorry about this. But anyway, he directed The Legend of Boggy Creek, which I wasn't really big on though. But overall, after watching the film, I would say it's decent at best. Decent at best. I thought Ben Johnson and Andrew Prine did their parts fairly fine. Like I said, the guy who played the Phantom, he did a good job. You hear all the heavy breathing, all the heavy breathing. And I thought he did a good job on that. Some of the kills, well, for the kills he did, a lot of times he shot a lot of people. Well, for most people he shot, which is like including Dawn Wells, which is quite funny. She was shot twice in the face, but somehow she survived. Now, a lot of these characters are now this film's based on a true story, so a lot of these characters, I think, except for maybe Ben Johnson's character, who's the real life sheriff. But I think a lot of the characters were made for the movie, though. So I don't know how overall historically accurate this movie is, so I do apologize for that. Although I do say, during the time when this film was released, I guess fans were so offended, or especially the locals in the town, the real life town of Tekken, Arkansas. Because the tagline right here says, today he still lurks in the streets of Tekken, Arkansas. People around there took offense to that, because they think that, oh, he is still there, You never know. So a lot of people, especially around that town, took offense to that. But like I said, I thought the film was alright, or I would say decent at best, and it takes place in 1946, and I thought some of the kills. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry, my eyes were just bugging me. They were getting all watery and itchy, so sorry about that. But like for the guy, when the guy kills, a lot of times he shoots out most of the people. But there was a moments where this girl he had tied up against a tree, and he takes his trombone. The end part of the trombone where you do this with. Well, he sticks a knife on the one end where you do this, and every time he pushes it forward, he stabs into the one person. So with the one, this couple where it was prom night, and the guy, he pops up, tries to take him, he's hanging on by the doors or turning, decent stunt work, but then the guy, he hits the guy, bashes him in the head, but the guy's still alive, so he tries to run away, but ultimately he gets shot in the back, and the girl he chases down, he has tied up in the tree. Then takes out the trombone and takes it out this way. Ties a knife to it. So he does this, stabs her in the back. So he does it a few times. And eventually kills her. Or with Dawn Wells. It was her husband. I think it was the guy. The Phantom comes up behind the window, shoots the guy in the head twice, and that's when the Dawn Wells she gets shot in the face twice, especially the face. Boom, and then over here, and somehow she survives that. And especially it does give a little bit, especially from 1976, it does give a little bit of mood and atmosphere to it. And like I said, Ben Johnson and Drew Parney, they play off their characters fairly well. And like I said, I don't know how very accurate is this compared to the real life story, because like I said, and plus especially at the ending of the movie, you may say it's kind of downbeat, but the thing is though, as what happened in real life, the killer got away like he does in the end of this movie. He gets away and never be found again. That's fine with that. I don't think it was not that downbeat, right? But what else I was going to say? I do, compared to, okay, the sack of the hoodie, where you see close-up shots of, essentially his wide eye like this, when he does, this wide open eye through the eye hole. And he does have a creepy presence to him, He does give, a little bit of a creepy presence to him, the way you walk in, the way he runs, And there was a guy that they suspected that he was kind of the guy, but he was let go. The kid didn't do it. And then eventually, which eventually leading to the end, spoilers. which the Ben Johnson and Andrew Prine, they find the stolen car, which Andrew Prine recognized it was from another, it belonged to another person. So, the guy's there, and Andrew Prine and Ben Johnson, they give a foot chase, and then the guy who really runs across the train tracks. Ben Johnson, and Andrew Prine, they're shooting their shotguns. Ben Johnson, he does shoot the guy in the leg, and I like how it uses the slow mo as both of the men are shooting through the wall to get the guy, and then also that Don Wells. Well, before that, I thought that was something else. But Ben Johnson, as he runs across the train tracks, they're shooting at him, and the guy is running. But I like the use of the slow mo. And Ben Johnson shoots the guy in the leg. He does get shot in the leg, and he kind of flies forward. I thought it was kind of decent. And also the issues I have with the movie. I think because the guy who directed was Charles B. Pierce, who directed this movie and Legend of Body Creek. He also starred in this movie as well. I think the issue I have with the film is the comedy that was put into this. I mean, the film does not fit. The film does not fit this sanctuary. But the guy, the director, Charles B. Pierce, he does these cop saying all these things for cop. Keep saying, for what was he said? It was some kind of dumb comic relief, because it's funny that here we have a slasher film, a character, a real life guy who killed people. And you have this guy, this dumb cop, running around telling jokes, which is funny that it kind of reminds me of the original Last House on the Left. I mean, I wasn't really big on Wes Craven's first movie, The Last House on the Left, or The Hills of Eyes. But one thing I say about The Last House on the Left had those two bumbling cops, which did not fit the movie. And same thing here. These two cops, they didn't fool her, so it's finally he just had a worm in his boot. But I don't want to give too much into it though, because if anyone hasn't seen, I know it's a '70s movie though, but if anyone hasn't seen it, I'd give it a try. But I think the film was very decent. Like I said, Ben Johnson, Andrew Prine, they did their parts, their jobs fairly good. Like Don Wells as well, because I like Cheech and Chong. The guy who plays the Phantom, I thought he did a good job. And who's the guy? Not Andrew Prine. Charles B. Pierce, like I said, he was definitely the weak spot of the movie, like all the dumb comedy saying in the middle of all this, like the comedy route that's happening in this movie. So the comedy that just didn't fit the movie well. But oops. But like I said, accuracy, I think in the real life world, I think he ends up being with Issei, but then Issei wants the other girls, from Issei from High School DD. So, but Grizzly, sorry, I might have said Grizzly. ThenTown That Dreaded Sundown, my bad. I thought it was a very decent movie. I didn't love it, but like I said, didn't hate it. Like I said, with the whole thing, the crystal, that you count to 5, then it's supposed to come true or something like that. But I thought the cast, especially the main cast of ThenTown That Dreaded Sundown, I think they did their parts fairly well. But But like I said, how accurate it is compared to the real life story. I guess one thing that's true, like I said, the killer was never caught, and we know who he was. I mean, they suspected a guy who might have done it, but he was cleared. He didn't do it either. So, but Ben Johnson, yeah, I think he was good. And same with Kevin McCarthy, but I don't think that the fish, because here, what was another lesson? But because back to with so I say about the mask, I think they give the not the mask, but the potato sack or whatever, it goes over his head like in Halloween 6. I thought, I mean, I really prefer this style of the bag on the head more than about Jason Voorhees in Part 2, honestly. But like I said, both of them, because this also comes with an extra DVD movie called The Evictors, which I'll have to give that a watch sometime though. But right now I'm dealing busy with this stuff here. But The Town That Dreaded Sundown, I thought it was very decent. I didn't hate it, but it says like the tagline here, it definitely fitted people, especially people coming in. It's like, today he still lurks in the streets of Takakana. Kansas. Sorry. No, not Kansas. Arkansas. I meant to say Arkansas. But The Town That Dreaded Sundown, I mean, accurate or not, though, I thought it was a very decent movie. But it's other than the dumb cop humor, I thought it was very decent. It is like I said, that's something that doesn't fit the movie well. But The Town That Dreaded Sundown, I still think it's a very decent movie. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next movie review for Halloween month, and we'll see you all next time. Later.